Pet Life Radio.
This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Welcome, all my feline friends out there. This is Michelle Fern, your host on Cattitude on Pet Life Radio. I am thrilled today. I have my good pal Cheryl from Unleashed.
Hello, how are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Cheryl. I'm so excited to have you on. Now, we're going to talk about some exciting things for your kitties right after this break. We'll be right back.
Today's episode is sponsored by Hanover Square Press and The Secret Language of Cats, How to Understand Your Cat for a Better, Happier Relationship by Suzanne Schatz. Have you ever wondered what your cat is saying? In The Secret Language of Cats, Schatz offers a crash course in cat phonics to help you crack the cat code. Perfect for the fans of The Lion in the Living Room and the Inner Life of Animals. The Secret Language of Cats by Suzanne Schatz is available for purchase today.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Michelle Fern, your host on Cattitude, and I have with me today Cheryl Kaye from Unleashed, and I am so excited to have her in the studio with me. Welcome, Cheryl.
Glad to be here. Nice way to start off the new year. Yap, yap, yap. So what do you want to talk about?
Well, you know, it's a new year, and I thought everybody is always in the beginning of January, resolutions for you. And then what about for your pets, right? Because I know my 3 fur kids, my 3 furry felines can definitely use a little bit of resolutions and getting their act together. I've made some for them. What about yours?
Well, first I did a resolution for myself, and since New Year's Day, I've been walking every day. My first time out was 4 miles. I don't know where I got the stamina, but it's been wonderful. And my fantasy for my 2 cats, Daniel Boone and Cheyenne, for their resolution, I have it. Solid gold stuff. Like, how about for Cheyenne, do not wake me up before 5 a.m. You know, she's older. It's not even light out. I've never had an animal do this. It's like, and she beats me up. She's abusive. She'll brush my hair with her nails, and I have to go under the blanket, you know, and meows, and I throw her off, and she comes back.
Cheryl, you don't need an alarm clock then, huh?
No, I don't. I don't mind getting up early, but it's really ridiculous. And then they want to have their little bit of, the wet food. And then, the world starts to open up, and I check my emails. I'll wait for the sun to come up. And then, if I go for my walk and I come back, once it's light, I wouldn't go when it's dark. She thinks that, I just got up and, she's pulling the wool over my head. And I got these new treats. I forget the name. So she goes now to meow to me that she wants her new treats. And my friend was over yesterday, and she meowed to him, and he said, what does she want? I said, she wants those treats. And boy, did she sucker him in every time he walked in the kitchen. She did her little meow. Who's zooming who is what I say.
Okay, wait. Speaking of who's zooming who, let me tell you about my diva, and that's Molly. She has my significant other, which is the husband, wrapped around her paw. Well, he thinks she talks to him, and he understands her meows. Okay, whatever. But he says she supervises him. When he's in the bathroom shaving, she supervises and goes, meow, meow, and tells him what to do there. But he brings the
he
treats.
Lives in a fantasy world.
Exactly. And with the treats. And she is such a diva. Okay? If he's on the couch and she's on the couch, and maybe I'm just, coming from my office and haven't gotten to, okay, it's couch time a little bit. Let's watch something, because I move a lot, but I walk about 40-something miles a week, but I need some downtime. So I try to go to the couch. She doesn't move. He has to beckon her. She is such a diva. So my resolution for her is to lose the attitude. You know, we're Cattitude, but she needs to lose that cat attitude. And because if you tell her move, or can you please move, or try to gently move her, out come the claws.
Oh.
So she beats me up. I have a new one like every other day, because you could charm her, but she doesn't like to be picked up. And she's a diva. So I'm going to undiva her. That's my resolution for her.
You know, my cats don't go on the furniture. They are allowed on my bed and my bedroom chair and my outside screened-in patio. I have, lounges and chairs. So if I leave the room, they'll both be like laying on the bed. And now I want to watch TV. I finished watching in the living room. I want to go in the bed, not to sleep, but to sit there maybe to read, watch a show. Daniel, my Maine Coon, because he is the best. I don't even have to say move anymore. If I say, can you make room? He just gets up and he makes room. It's amazing. They pick up on our habits and they learn our habits. Now, what they do with it sometimes, like I always say, I'm the alpha. I used to get up in the morning and I was first in line, walk into the kitchen to feed them and to make my coffee. Nowadays, they're in front of me. So,
oh, boy.
When did this change?
Well.
And I keep saying that I'm going to open up a can and I'm going to trip over them and cut myself. And that will be my demise. I'm going to be a cozy mystery.
Let's hope not. Well, I think he's mostly Maine Coon, Mr. Dennis. He's pretty wonderful all around. You tell him to move, he moves, except he has to go on a diet. He did lose a pound from last year, but if you are on the couch and open up any chips, we're talking healthy chips, organic with chia seeds and all that stuff. That's the only kind we eat in my household, the healthy ones. And he's right there. He's just right there.
People food? People chips?
People chips.
Never heard.
Yeah.
Don't give him that.
No. Sometimes I got to fake him out and he'll lick a little bit, but that's it. But see, the husband, though, he is suckered by anything with fur, which maybe I should wear fake fur if I want to get, a new car or something, and maybe I'd get lucky or something like that.
You can't. Well, fake fur is an animal, not...
No, fake fur for me. So, because he's, charmed with anything with fur. So if I have like a fake fur, I don't know, coat on, maybe I could go over there and say, here's my fur. Can I get a new car?
You'll have to meow.
And meow. I'll meow. But anyway, let's
hear your best meow.
Okay. Oh, I haven't practiced. Meow.
That's pretty good. I'm going to try mine. Meow.
Yours sounds like with a New York accent.
Well, my cats are from New York, except for Daniel Bone.
So anyway, besides Dennis, besides the diet, and he's the only, this cat also.
Wait a minute, how could my meow be from New York?
It just sounds like a New York meow. Meow.
I don't mind that.
That's New York. Meow.
I'll own it.
I'll
own it.
Own it. Okay. So Dennis, he likes to lay on his back with his paws up in the air and just chill. Unless there's some kind of food that you like and he's right there by your side, like magic. He moves fast when he wants to. And then the other thing is he has to groom himself better. He's not that big that he can't groom himself, but okay, this is not related to any people of any type of hairstyle or whatever, but he gets these knots. Like I call them the little Dennis dreads, because they're like what I call him his dreadlocks.
I cut them out of Daniel.
I cut them out too. But, I just want to make sure no one's offended. Dreadlocks are cool, but not on a cat. And you have to cut them out. But that's laziness. He should be grooming himself better.
Do you brush them every day? You have to brush them every day.
Yeah, see, well, that's my resolution too. And you know what? We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynavite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynavite.
Dynavite for life.
Pick up 2 tubes of Doggo Suds.
Get the 3rd tube free.
Peppermint, tea tree, lavender, Doggo Sud shampoo.
Made with all-natural coconut, jojoba, aloe. Great for healthy skin and soft, shiny coats.
But no itchy, harsh chemicals.
Lather up, rinse away.
Try Doggo Suds. Buy 2, Get one free.
At Dinovite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Cattitude. I'm your show host, Michelle Fern, and I'm with my good pal, Cheryl Kaye of Unleashed. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, still here.
So we're talking about Dennis. We're talking about resolutions for your cats, and maybe for you too, as for, pet parents. Dennis, he has to be, I have to get better at brushing him, but he has to get a little better with the grooming too.
I think if you brushed him every day, I brush Daniel every day. Maybe I'll skip one day. And when I do that, and believe me, he has an assortment of different brushes. And I even, bought one of those combs, with the wide teeth. Because, he's got a lot of hair. He's got more hair on his belly. And I was even using a flea comb, and I combed through. I used the dishetter. And then when I find he doesn't have a lot of the knots or the mats.
Wait, what was that? It sounded like you said bruschetta. De-shedder?
Yeah, it's a dishetter. It sheds,
Oh, like the...
It takes from underneath.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I think that's what it's called. So I do that like with the comb, and when I get to the part where I can't go, I just snip it. But this cat is hysterical. I have to show it to him. He has to approve it. He doesn't even fight me anymore. Used to be when I took out the scissors he's run, he doesn't care anymore because it bothers him. And I don't really want to get him groomed yet. I want to wait a little while because I like him the way he looks.
No,
But
wait,
he
how
loves
does...
to
But
be
let me
groomed.
ask you, how does he approve it?
He smells it, and he takes his paw, and he just pushes it away. He has to know everything that goes on. He's the one that, he holds my hand. He, with his paw, he'll grab my hand, and he'll make nice to me. And then after he makes nice to me and licks me, then he'll give me, a little nip, like a love bite. He is absolutely the sweetest, kindest, loving animal I've ever had. And he's like a dog. If I'm in the kitchen cooking, there's Daniel. He's watching. I call him my sous chef. He's hysterical.
That's Dennis too. Dennis actually, I opened the door and he came in. That's how I found Dennis. But there's something about Maine Coons. Dennis is, I know, part Maine Coon. I don't know all, but he's definitely part.
If I was rich, I would clone this cat.
Oh, they're amazing. But there's a lot of other amazing cats out there.
Oh, all
Molly,
cats are amazing, but this personality for me right now, and he gets along with Cheyenne. He's just sits back and whatever she says, yes, dear. He would be the perfect cat because I'm thinking about, I'm getting ready, thinking on the big screen because I want to get another dog, and he would be perfect with the right dog. Actually, I would bring him when I found the right dog to make sure it was the right dog. I'd let him sleep on a T-shirt, and when I went to go see the dog, I'd let the dog smell the T-shirt. Cheyenne would go along with it too, but I think he would be much more involved because it would be another friend.
Yep, and that's actually a good idea for a lot of people that are trying to welcome a new pet into their,
even
into
with
their little
kids.
zoo.
Right? Yeah. Well, even if it's not with a pet, even it's with a person.
To get right.
That one of your shirts say your husband or your boyfriend or your daughter can't come, just so they could smell it. So when you do introduce them, they already love them. With a treat, of course. They're just not going to go, you have to let them smell it. Maybe give them a treat. They lay on it. You give them a treat. But back to the resolutions. Also, I'd like them to keep a cleaner litter box.
Oh, with Cheyenne too? She's in this one?
Yes. I mean, I only have one big one for both of them. I am home, and I clean it out. I mean, I'm a ditch digger. Let's face it.
A ditch digger.
That's what I do. I dig the ditch, and they watch. They watch me bring in the litter. They watch me bring it into the area where they know it's like security. She's got us dry food. She's got us wet food. And we've got litter. Hey, life is good. It's like us. When we get our food, whatever we need to maintain our lives or a little pleasure, that's the way they feel. And Daniel will go. If he doesn't like the way the litter box looks, he walks out. And I'm on it all the time because I live there too,
All right, what about when they trail the litter box? And also, I would like for
I sweep every day. It's
okay,
not a big
not
deal.
only do my 3 trail, we get little surprises. And I think it's Miss Charlotte because she has issues. But there's 3 indoor cats. We have, I think, 5 litter boxes.
Eesh.
Yeah, there's no excuse for anything to be outside. None. And we even went to the open ones that are automatic so that our house doesn't smell like a super zoo because Charlotte told us in many ways, number 1s and number 2s where they shouldn't be, that she needs to have more room because she's a big cat. She's of impressive size. So we went topless and topless doesn't smell good, so we have to add.
There's people that train them to go in the toilet. I've seen it.
Oh, yeah. I've actually, way back on my other show on Best Beds for Pets, had City Kitty on. But I think that's good if you're in a condo or something, and if you have a separate bathroom just for the cats. But I don't really want to go use the same bathroom as my cat. I
wouldn't. But,
no.
I mean...
Maybe for some it's okay. For me, it's not a thing.
No, so you got to be a ditch digger, too.
Yep. No, I make the husband dig the ditches.
Okay.
That's
so he's a ditch digger.
I'll bring the cat litter in the house.
Get him a hard hat for his birthday.
Okay, now let me tell you about Charlotte. All right, Charlotte has social problems. I don't know if she likes girls. I think she only likes boys. Or I should say males, not females. But she's very skittish. And,
my Cheyenne was like that. She hid when anybody came in.
I can't even get
that.
She won't even come near me. Now, my husband can pet her. He's fine, but she won't come near me at all. She dashes away. And, I try with the treats, whatever.
How does she get along with the other 2? How does she get along with the whole crew?
Well, Dennis could care less. He's just Mr. Chill,
he's good-natured, yeah.
He's almost like, like the hippies, like, yo, man, peace, yeah, it's groovy. That's Dennis, okay? Molly, on the other hand, Molly and Charlotte are sisters from different misters, sisters from different litters.
Okay.
And so it used to be Charlotte attacking Molly. Molly grew up. Now Molly attacks Charlotte. Just you hear hiss, rah, rah, rah. You hear some of that going on, and it's Charlotte reacting to Molly. So we have to get Molly to behave better, but we have to get Charlotte also to not be as skittish and to at least try to be a little more social.
Well, that brings me to what somebody told me today, that somebody adopted a cat that I guess hid for the first couple of days, which I think is quite normal. And there was no other pets in the house. She went to a vet, and the vet put the cat on Prozac. And they say, because I looked it up, because I had never heard that before. I mean, personally, my cats are older, so I would never do that. For aggression, going outside of the litter box, and for socialization. I would say 1-2 days, a cat would certainly come out, because number one, they want to eat, and they want affection. I mean, even a feral cat eventually will want to join the world. Because when I got Daniel, Cheyenne was never alone. I had just lost my male, and I let it go maybe 5-6 weeks, and I was going to go longer, which is ridiculous because she was sad. I looked at her, and she looked sad. And, every different event, because cats are so in tune to their environment, changes everything. A new cat in, or one dies. So I brought Daniel home, and they said, keep him separate for 10 days. No way would I ever do that to any animal. Number one, to me, it sends a message you don't want to put them together. They eat out of one attached bowl, with 2 bowls, one of those things with 2 bowls. Cheyenne steals his food because he's a gentleman. He eats and swallows, and he doesn't care.
Well, wait, back up a minute, because when you say that to keep them separate, actually, when we first brought Molly in, she was a little kitten, and we had to keep her separate because Charlotte attacked her. And
right, but I don't know. But see, I didn't have that situation. I had 2 adult cats, and I would never do that. I wouldn't let them attack. I know that they wouldn't hurt. They wouldn't. It's jealousy. It'll last like 2 days, maybe a day. I know it lasted a little longer.
Maybe for adults, but for
I brought kittens in.
It lasted a while.
My Cheyenne and Summer, which was her twin, they were kittens that I brought in when I had my male. But And he loved it. But so when I brought Daniel in, she came out and she was still skittish. She's not anymore. I don't want to say she has dementia but that's what I make fun of, that she might have it, because who wants to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning? I mean, she's trying to wake me up at 3 if I get up to use the restroom. So anyway, I brought Daniel in and he was in the carrier. She came out, she sniffed him, she ran under the bed. I let him out, and do you know, I mean, it's so heartwarming. He stayed under the bed with her all night long. All night long. It's like, I'm here. I don't want to scare you. I want to be your friend. And she got used to him.
That's so sweet. That's like, because you have a male and a female, right? Okay. My outdoor cats are male and female. And the reason they're outdoor, I know some people like indoor, outdoor, just outdoor. They're outdoor because they're actually community cats.
Right. So they're good for the
community. They're actually the parents of Charlotte, and Sammy is the mom of Molly, but I don't think Jethro's the dad because the coloring is off. But the thing about these two, and I would bring them inside the house, but Jethro would. He's already walked inside. But Sammy, it's not for her. I mean,
well, they don't go anywhere, and
they don't go anywhere. But Sammy would not. She would go crazy.
But indoor cats should be indoor cats because it is not safe for cats to be outside. I mean, these particular cats, they've survived. They've been fixed. You know, their ear is, their ear has been.
Well, we got them both fixed, and they're
and
tagged.
You feed them so they stay here.
Well, they're fed. They're not only fed though; they're flea treated. Jethro had something with his ears, so we had that taken care of. But the thing is, he wants to come in so bad, but you can't separate him from his woman. So
no, but if he wanted to come in and spend an hour and like look around and then walk out, he would never be not with her because you can tell.
No, but you can't do that because we'd have to get him checked out because I don't know if there's anything with him.
Well, did you get him vaccinated?
He had everything vaccinated, but we don't have him on like a regular routine yearly vaccine because they're outdoor cats and they're not, our cats. And Sammy, I'd have to get a cat trapper every single time.
Do your cats get vaccinated every year?
We have different schools of thought on the cats vaccinated. They're all rabies and they all get their shots and everything, yeah.
So then it wouldn't matter if he came in because they're protected.
I don't want to risk it. I also have the 2 dogs. They're a little older. I don't want to risk it. Ear mites can travel. I'm not going to risk it. And I don't want him to come in, get the idea he can be in, but then you have to go back out. That's kind of not fair to him. That's how I see it. You can't, come in, great, and then we have to shove you back out. He's from the street, so I don't know what he's picked up, what he hasn't. And the main thing we took care of, we got him fixed, we got him shots, we put flea product on him. He's fed twice a day very well. He has plenty of treats. He has a lot of love and attention. And it's funny because this was a cat who you'd go near and he would dash away. And now when you come to call him, he just comes running.
Because you fed him. You were feeding him and her.
Well, no, she doesn't always come running, but he comes running and walks with you. It's funny. Anyways, so my resolution for my Sammy and Jethro couple would be for them to
marry them.
Yeah, marry them, and I guess for them to stay happy and healthy so they have each other because they're like, it's so funny when we have a house for them outside. So, we're down in the south, so it doesn't get that cold. But when it gets a little cold, they go in their little house. They have a rug. They have clean bowls, clean water. They have it pretty good. Better than when we found them, much better. So my resolution for them would to be just keep loving each other because Sammy's always going to be who she is. She's, a community cat. She's not real friendly and all of that. But Jethro, I guess he's the groovy guy. He's just more chill. So
I saw a graphic online somewhere and it was this old woman and she was on the phone. She said, "No, I'm not going to come to your dog's birthday party, you freak. My cat's getting married that day."
I love it.
Yeah, that's cute, right? Because people have parties for their animals.
That's a whole other show. They definitely do. I've seen parties. I've heard of parties for their pets, weddings for their pets. I've even heard of bar mitzvah and bat mitzvahs for their pets.
Ridiculous.
Which Hey, how can they learn Hebrew, right?
And how could they wear a yarmulke?
Yeah. How can he wear a yarmulke?
And a shawl.
And a shawl. That's
I mean,
not gonna happen.
I'm not into people dressing their animals. To me, I know if it gets cold, you put a little something on a dog or something. I mean, but we don't live in that environment.
We don't live in that environment, and you have
and they
to
put shoes on
well,
them.
if it's cold out, we're like snowing cold. You want to cover their feet because the salt that melts the
they
snow
run out,
can affect.
pee, run in,
But
you wipe
you don't
their
have
feet.
to deal with that, and that's a whole other show.
But I used to because I lived in New York. But, I noticed, but I could understand, when it's hot, the pavement on their paws. And I just watch some of these dogs run with shoes on. It takes them so long to get used to it. It's almost like skating, the way they look like they're going to fall,
So, what is this, a resolution for your cats to...
No, I'm not going to put anything on them. They don't need it. But when I went walking on the trail for my New Year's resolution, it's... like some coral and pebbles. And, people ride bikes and mostly walkers. But I have seen people walk dogs. Now, when I went the other day, I went a little later than normal. And you could see it's starting to get hot. And you just think about the dog's paws. I mean, I got these little pebbles all in the bottom of my walking sneakers that I had to use a screwdriver to get them out. And they weren't that little. I heard them and it was bothering me. And I kept looking and I couldn't find them. So I went outside with my shoes and I started plucking them out. So I could imagine, something like that gets in a dog's paw. You have to just check their paws depending on where you walk them.
Okay, even though this show is Cattitude, you should not only check your dog's paws, but probably your cat's as well, especially if your cat is an outdoor cat, because I think it's more true for dogs.
Yeah,
for their paw pad.
They bite their paws, cats.
Yeah,
they lick their
they
paws.
clean them and everything. But you still have to be careful, especially if you have an outdoor cat or even indoor, because they can get gravel stuck in their paw from the litter box.
Right.
So you should always periodically check their paws.
And especially if they're going to be, like in our neck of the woods and areas that don't have cold weather, if they spray, pesticides or for whatever, if you have a cat or a dog that goes out and they walk on the grass, you'd want to wipe their paws. They probably have wipes for that, don't they?
Yep.
Well, that's a good thing to talk about. Wipes.
Not only do they have wipes for that, but there's a product that I read about called Aunt Fanny's Ant Spray, and it's safe for pets. So I use that outside and it seems to do a good job. I use it inside because, hey, in the South, you get ants no matter what time of year. They just happen. It's a given. You live in the South, you have bugs. But Aunt Fanny's Ant Spray, and they're not a sponsor of this show, anything like that. But I just like the fact that it's all natural and it just does the job. So we're almost out of time. So, Cheryl, any other resolutions for Daniel Boone and Cheyenne?
I think Cheyenne should learn not to eat his food, and he should grow a pair. He doesn't have them because he was fixed. But he just lets her, he's just so accommodating. Now, if I'm, making my coffee or drinking it or in there, I'll scoot her away. And you know what they like? They like when I put an ice cube. I have a water feeder, a big one. So, I clean it, every day, add more water, put some ice cubes in and flip it over. But if I put one ice cube in the bottom, where the water is, they love that. They must hear it like crackle, and they go right to it. They love, fresh, cool water. They're like us.
You know what? Mine are spoiled. They have a fountain.
Okay, a fountain. Mine mean that it flies up the water?
Yeah, it flies up. It's a little fountain, and it's supposed to entice the cats to drink. So,
my cats drink.
Yeah, no,
and I
ours
think older
do anyways.
cats drink
but
a lot.
They love them.
I mean, they drink a lot. Older cats. They're getting on like 13, 14, 12, 13.
Yeah.
I've had cats 20 years, so I'm not freaking her out. I've had 17 years, 19 years. But, I think, they're getting older. Not so much Daniel. They'll run. They exercise. They have this toy and they love catnip. Daniel licks it. He'll eat it. That's, it's good for their stomach too. But they love their toys. Listen, when you get up at 4 o'clock, what do you think they're doing at 7? They're napping.
Of course.
And then, they get up. Maybe they go out or they check out what's happening. They're napping. They sleep 20 hours a day. And sometimes when they sleep, I try to wake her like, how do you like it? Get up. Feed me.
Life of a cat. Now, we're just about ready to conclude, and I think you have some great resolutions for Daniel Boone and Cheyenne. I hope some of my resolutions for Molly, Dennis, Charlotte, Sammy, and Jethro come to fruition. Part of it's on my end, so I'll have to keep on myself.
We're the ones who have to go and, initiate it.
Of course.
Of course, we want to remain healthy and happy, and our cats too.
Yep.
That's
it. It has been such a great pleasure to have Cheryl Kaye with me on Cattitude. Thanks, Cheryl.
You. Call me again. I want to come.
Oh, for sure. It's always fun to have you on Cattitude. I'd like to thank all my furry felines out there for listening and making Cattitude one of the top cat podcasts out there. We're generally in the top 5 on many, many bloggers' lists and other lists. So thank you so much. And, of course, I'd like to thank my furry felines, my crew, Molly, Dennis, Charlotte, Sammy, and Jethro, for teaching me all about cats and how to have that cattitude. Okay, how to add that pun. And a special thanks to my producer, Mark Winter, for making me and my guest, Cheryl Kaye, sound fabulous.
In the green room.
Yeah, he's in the green room. So keep listening. You never know what's going to be happening on Cattitude.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.